Okay, so Shawn, we're in the basement now.
Correct.
And this has got kind of a fun, unique setup that this is a big room and they've kind of done some cool things on trying to create separate rooms. You said, we got our big fireplace.
Yep, got another big fireplace, full rock wall.
Which is awesome. But this is not where the TV's gonna go.
No, the TV actually is going in the room across the way.
The room across the way.
Yeah,
and we kind of see the divide.
Yeah, you have the formal area where people come and chat and sit down and relax. Over here you have the game going, you have foosball table, whatever it may be that you want to have going.
I love that. I love how they changed from the tongue and groove ceiling and then moved over to a coffered ceiling.
Again, just to give it that distinct separation of the rooms.
Yeah.
Even though it's one big room, you want to distinguish your different areas.
I love that. I love that transition. Now, what we do see here is all of these wires coming down.
Correct.
Now, I don't see can lights. Now, this is where I would normally think we got can lights going on, but we couldn't do that for some reason.
Right. So the fun part about beams is you kind of need to center your lights in the beams.
Right.
In between the
Otherwise,
beams.
it looks a little weird.
It does look a little weird.
And then you end up on social media having pictures going, what is this?
Exactly.
Right.
So the other problem with cans is you have to have them up into the ceiling. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have joists that are in the way. Sometimes you have beams that are sticking in the middle where a can should go, or plumbing or heating or whatever it may be right there. And so what we've done is we're using what they call wafer lights. They basically attach surface mount to the tongue and groove. They're able to wire them all up and shove the wires back up in the ceiling, and then you can place those wafer lights in the center of the beams.
And so you get the same kind of feel as a can light and look?
They're, you can see they hang down below the TNG a little bit, but you still get the same look to it. You still get the same look. They're not quite as bright, but you still get a lot of light from them.
Are they just LED?
Yeah.
Wafer lights.
Wafer lights is what
I love that.
And so again, that's one way. When we started laying this out, we were looking, and every time we wanted to place a can, there was a joist there. And so we had to kind of come up with a different solution to how to center the lights in the room.
So if you have something, let's say you're remodeling or doing something in a room or basement, and you're like, I like the can light, maybe this is the option versus doing recessed cans.
Correct.
And the wafer lights. Some of us that didn't know that called them pancake lights, but I'm not going to mention who that was.
Correct.
Because they look like that, right?
They do. They're flat. They're only like 3/8, half-inch thick. So they just kind of sit right up against the ceiling. Again, if you don't know, you don't know, right?
That's right. Yeah.
And so but they are slightly different than the can light. So in this area, we brought the same look into that other room to make sure that everything kind of matched.
Yeah.
The same lighting.
Be very important to make sure those are centered and look really good when you have this kind of a design.
Yep, exactly.
I love that.
If you've been thinking about building your dream home, I'm Braden with B&B Builders. Give me a call.